Hey, I'm Brian Van, SportBikeTrackGear.com. Today we're going to break down the all-new Alpinestars SMX-6 V3 Boots. Okay, the SMX-6 V3 are all new for the fall of 2024. Retail on the vented and non-vented versions are $299.95 as of the time we're shooting this video. Please understand we don't update videos for pricing changes, only when the product itself has been completely redesigned. In this video, we're going to show you the vented version. That's always the best-selling one, right? Who likes hot feet? Nobody likes hot feet. For that reason, the perforated boot always outsells the non-vented version. Beyond the perforation, the features and benefits of the two models are going to be identical, okay? Let's begin with sizing. This is one of the most important areas where we can help you out. I wear a size 12 US in most common shoes and boots out there, right? My feet lean towards the wide end of the scale. In this boot, like many of the more sport-oriented full boots, the SMX series from Alpinestars, I have to go down one size to get a proper fit. This is a size 45 Euro. Their sizing chart would indicate that is a 10.5 US. Well, I don't fit into a 10.5 US. They would be a size and a half too small. But I can tell you right now, the 45 for me was great. As with all the Alpinestars footwear out there, I mean, these guys really nail it on this. This is a boot company that started making other gear as time went on, many, many decades ago at this point. They nail it with the boots. Their footwear is class leading in the industry, do a solid job. This is another great representation of it. The width of these boots, I would say, man, it's kind of neutral, you know. They're not overly wide, they're not overly narrow. They're going to work well for almost everyone, right? In terms of width. If you know you have super wide feet or super narrow feet, okay, you're going to need to try them on, evaluate the fit, right? Get the boots, wear them around your house, walk around on the carpet to make sure they fit before you decide to take them for a ride. That way, if you're not happy, you want to exchange for another size or try a different brand that perhaps offers a fit that varies from what we have here, then you're able to do that without any issues. But I feel these are going to fit most well. That sizing info that I gave you, to go down one size from your normal size, these run one size bigger than marked. Over the years, this is many, many years now, we sell thousands of boots every season. We have found this to apply to almost every single rider out there. Every once in a while, you do get the unicorn. No, I'm telling you, I wear a 10.5 and those 45s are perfect. God bless. There is an exception to every rule. Now, the boot itself, who are these right for? Obviously, a very sport-oriented boot. And I think with the evolution that we're seeing from this, from the previous version, I think they're getting these even closer to where, you know, previously, I don't think the SMX-6 is a boot that I would have really looked to for track day use, right? Maybe even some club racing. You know, I looked at more of a street boot. I think this one, I think we're getting a little closer. This is going to do you well for track days. It's going to do you well for street riding if you want a full boot and solid measure of protection without sacrificing all that comfort. You slide these things on, especially after they break in, you're going to walk around in these things in comfort, yet they still have the protection that you want when you're out there pushing your boundaries a little bit. You're going to have a reinforced toe box, replaceable toe slider, reinforced heel cup, and then like any proper motorcycle specific footwear, the sole itself is crush proof. That's huge, right? You know, if you can take and compress the boot like that and fold the sole, which you can't hear at all, right? That's a bad thing. In the event of a crash, the motorcycle ends up on top of the boot like that. You want to make sure the structural integrity, which is through the sole in this case, is such that it just can't crush the boot. They've done that there. Protection up here in the shin area, ankle stability, and impact management full reinforcement here on the heel cup, padded protection throughout. For the ankle stability, they're relying primarily on the outer hinge. Okay, that's where this kind of separates itself from a full race boot that's going to offer that ankle protector and hinge on both sides of the boot. This only has it on the outside. It does deliver a good amount of rigidity, not quite as much as you get from a full race boot, but I think it's enough that for a lot of track day riders, right, maybe even dabbling in some club racing, you're going to be able to use this one, and it's going to do a good job for you. Entry and exit are managed here with Velcro and a zipper. The Velcro patch is very strong. Unzip, and what they've done here too is they've given you a look at some of the armor they're using here to protect the ankle on the inboard side of the boot from impact and abrasion, right? It's just a different color than the microfiber material. Got your shifter pad, right? That's the brake boot, but shift pad, they put it on both sides for symmetry. It just helps the boot from wearing out in that area where you're contacting the shifter all the time. The perforated version that we're showing you here, it's going to flow air through all these laser perforations. If you want to zoom in a little bit there, Tom, those laser perforations, those are pretty sweet. They're super clean. The styling of the boot is great. This motion bellow here in the front of the boot, it's going to flow air freely. Perforated panel there. Perforation here in the heel cup. This material breathes right here. Accordion panel back there. Perforated panel up here. Give you a look inside the boot, and there is a ton of padding that's built in to the boot all the way around for impact management in the event of a crash. So you have your abrasion and impact. You got your lateral ankle stability. You got a moto specific sole, of course, replaceable toe slider. They make great boots. There's no way around it. Some of the absolute best in the industry. This is another great example of that. If you're looking in that $300 price point, you want to get yourself a good sport boot that you can use on the street. And like, let's say you want to do a couple of track days a year on it. These are going to fit the bill. You're going to be super happy with them. If you have any questions, leave those in the comment section of this video. I answer all that stuff myself. And I'm always here to help you choose the right boots for your next ride.